What are the key ranking factors for Google SEO for a roofing business? So guys, I'll go into why people show up on Google, on AI, and why they don't show up on there. We're going to talk about a website, the maps, reviews, SEO, and DataPins, and broadly what I call digital brand signaling. So it's important still to have a website. It's important to get reviews, but it's not enough anymore. It almost reminds me of nowadays of putting somebody back in the 80s, or they still do this, and they stick their business card on a cork board at the donut shop. And you could go put that in 100 donut shops and never get a call. And even though you must have a great website and get Google reviews, it's that old now. So it cannot be the only thing. It's such a misconception that someone puts up a website and spams it or lets it set like a lame duck and then gets like 400 reviews and wonders why they don't show up well in ranking. And so that can't be ignored anymore. You've got to have a great website. It's got to be the best. Yes, you need reviews, but there's other components of it, what we're going to, digital brand signaling and having multitudes of things to show up. So the brand signaling understanding is important. The SEO is still important. You can't scoff any of it. So those base high-level things must still be done. You want the best websites. You want a page for every service, for every material, and you still need high-end level SEO work done. The reason it doesn't show up is because it's still not enough. So if Google's going out and looking at AI and they look at this roofer and that roofer, they're going to like crunch all the numbers and all the digital brand signals, and then they're going to judge it up against everybody else and say, okay, we have all these guys, now who are we going to show? So they're trying to make Google look the best or ChatGPT look the best, and they don't want to put up somebody who's going to give a poor user experience. That's the other thing with the digital brand. Is it a good user experience? So if the digital brand signal, which I'll describe some of these in a second with DataPins and other stuff, but if the brand signal isn't a good user experience, it's usually spam. So a lot of people do old school stuff and they'll actually, send 100 blogs in, which nobody in their right mind wants to read. They just thought they were supposed to do blogs. Or let's call this guy and have him do endless links out of the country. Well, that's just trash noise on the brand. It's not a good user experience. So that's spam. But if you're using stuff like DataPins and you're actually saying, hey, here's where the job was, here's a photo, here's a video, here's the geo coordinate, here's a caption. I'm going to put this back on my website, which it does automatically with DataPins. Takes about a minute, 90 seconds. I promise you it's easy to use. You can use it in the field, you can use it back in the office, but you're tagging everything. And imagine Google only seeing a basic website that you got that was a template as opposed to a roofing webmaster site, which is custom. Promise you it's better. Didn't used to get respect for these websites that we do at Roofing Webmasters, but you can now go onto ChatGPT or Grok and say, how good are the websites that Roofing Webmasters does? And they'll tell you they're fantastic. And if you don't think it's a ranking factor, it's one of the reasons you're not showing up in ranking, because it is. So you can go ask AI, they'll tell you how great it is. But that code base and that schema code and those websites produced properly, that's the basis for the brand. Some of the basics done high level for a great user experience so that Google knows everything you do. And now you're data pinning each individual page with photos and videos. The video now goes to YouTube. That's called a third-party SERP result. Now the brand's starting to signal from the website, from YouTube. They're getting reviews. We do text and email them for reviews with DataPins, but that's not the beautiful part. The beautiful part is all the other points of data. So roofers in a market get a basic website or a spam one, they throw up reviews. You're going to use DataPins and have high-level SEO work and brand signaling with DataPins, and now you're going to be signaling all these other things literally 10 to 20 times more legitimately. Again, not blogging, not links out of the country, but legitimate good user experience brand signal stuff. And it's going to happen 10 or 20 times more. And why do I say 10 or 20 times more? It's really more than that, because you're going to be lucky to get 1 out of 10 people to leave you a review. And it's one metric, it's a review. The DataPins has geo coordinates, photos with alt tags, videos that go to YouTube. It nests in the website TPO to TPO, asphalt shingle to asphalt shingle, emergency roof repair to emergency roof repair, roof insurance claim. So each page gets the pin. Go, oh, they're doing a lot of asphalt shingle roofs. Oh, they're doing a lot of metal roofs. Oh, they're doing a lot of TPO roofs. They're tagging the ones they're doing on the page. Google reads it. ChatGPT AI reads it. Guys, that is how you rank. I'm going to help you understand that your digital brand signal, that's your new version of SEO, that's what they're looking for. If everybody's running the track with their horse and you throw your shingle on, say, hey, I got my roofing company, I got my map with Google, I got it verified, we're going to get as many reviews as possible. There's too many people doing the same exact thing, and it's not special, and it's not as good of a user experience. If another roofer in town is trying barely harder than you, they'll show up above you. I want to say this, it's difficult to find somebody like us to help you, but it's not difficult for us to help you. If you don't participate in this, you're missing the largest thing possible. If you look onto Google or even ChatGPT now, and you type in and say, roofers in this city and state abbreviation, you'll find the top roofers in town on Google and the top 3 in mapping. And they're the top because that's where most of the leads come from. And these leads blow out of the water. Any lead that you're going to get that's shared with 5 people, they're much less likely to get a bid from 5 people because they bought into the brand. So once they find the brand, and because you've championed the brand, and we help, I call it SEO is not a bad word. People turn it into a bad word, but we help to make the best brand possible with the base. That's still the website, working on the Google account, your GBP, updates, changes, and all of that, and high-end essential SEO combined with DataPins. But we help champion your roofing company's brand, and they view you like a brand. And so if you're not coming to them that way, you're not going to show up as well. Done this for 15 years out of Fort Worth. All the work occurs out of here. We have our own software. It's not white labeled. I own it, and we would love to help you with it. Give us a call. We'd love to help you out with it.